from a good note to a very crash burn. And I like this tension that it causes in our hearts because it's a journey. Life is a journey. It's not the final destination. It's not, hey, look, I've made it. I actually believe, personally, I believe, if we do not deal with our character issues here on earth, in eternity, we're going to have to spend some time dealing with them as well. Because God cares about our characters. He is interested, He's invested in developing our characters. Does this make sense? So I don't want to waste any time in eternity dealing with something I'm supposed to deal with on earth. I don't. The unforgiveness, the hurt, the bitterness that I have from my past. I don't want to be dealing with that. I don't want to go back and like when I see somebody that hurts me, I want to be able to love them. I want to love them. No matter if it's the person that molested me when I was 6 years old or if it's the pastor who publicly rebuked me, which happened to be my dad. I want to go back to those circumstances and say, I love you. Because my heart is in tune with God's heart. Does this make any sense? Because they will know we are Christians by how we love one another and how we love the people that hurt us and hate us and that reject us. Right? I mean, Jesus did it. Father, forgive them because they don't know what they do. Stephen did it. God, forgive them because they don't know what they do when he was getting the stones thrown at him to die. The first martyr. He was just a deacon. And he probably saw more miracles than I saw in my life. I'm not there yet, guys. I'm always there, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Ask my wife. You're like, that's true. And I love this. I heard this today actually from, I got to quote his name, otherwise I'm stealing. Eric Gilmore. I heard this today. And he said this. I love Eric Gilmore. Oh, he's amazing. He's amazing. I love him. He's just so wise with his words. It's like I'm listening to, oh, thank you. That's a huge honor. That's a compliment. Thank you. Eric Gilmore, he says this. God can do, this is Eric Gilmore's words, so it's really confusing even to me, okay? Says, God can do much with little. God can do most with least. God can do everything with nothing. If we become little, He can do much with us. If we become least, He can do even more with us. But if we become nothing, He can do everything through us. Isn't that good? And I don't want to settle for being little. I don't want to settle for being least. I want to settle for being nothing. I want to be nothing. I want to be the conduit. I just want to be the vessel. I want you to see my imperfections. I don't want you to see all my character goodnesses. That's also not English. I don't want you to see the best of me. I want you to see me vulnerable. And this is so hard, guys. To be in the position of leadership, to be leading organizations and ministry, but then leading with vulnerability and say, I'm just broken. I'm nothing. I'm nothing, actually. I don't know what's going on. I don't have the solution to this problem. Do you? And then running with their solution even though you know it's a bad one. It's the truth. You know, bro. I got you. Contextually, I'm 100% understand. We know what we're talking about. There's a better way to clean the poop, bro. It's the truth. But you just got to go with it. Heidi Baker, she says, go low, go slow. Learn how the land works. Learn how the system works. And it's an upside down kingdom. You got to go down to go up. You can't choose the position of honor in the house. You always look for the least of the seats. And you sit there, not because it's false humility, but because you know there's a principle being displayed right now when you choose to be the least. Well, sorry, we don't want to be the least, right? We want to be nothing. I'll just sit on the floor then. The most honored seat in the building is right here. This is the most honored seat in the building. Because it deals with my pride. It deals with my stuff, my character thing, even though I'm supposed to be sitting in a dignitary space. Does this make any sense to you? Yes. And it's like, it's so difficult to be a father and lead from humility, just being the place where your children are lifted up. Oh, this is a good analogy. I forgot. This one leader of this ministry, he's like this huge apostle of an international ministry. He gets up on stage and he calls his son and he says, "Son, come and stand here right next to me." And then he calls his right-hand man. He says, "Come and stand there." And he uses this analogy between his son and his right-hand man. And he said, if my son wants to preach, what am I going to do? I'm going to give him the pulpit because he's your son, and you get that sense of pride. But when my peer or somebody underneath me wants to preach, I hog the pulpit and I say, you've got to work towards this. Oof. Do you understand where I'm going with this? And then he flipped it on us and he said, why do we have those statures for people to work their way up? But when it is family, you just say, come straight on in. Even if they make a bigger mess than everyone else. Does this make sense? Yeah. And it's so humbling because you've got to use such wisdom. And I'm not just saying go and make bad decisions as leaders, please hear me. But I'm just asking us to check our hearts. Right. Are we hogging the position of authority because it makes us feel good? Or are we giving it away to let God work through our imperfections? Why do we have to have such a beautiful facade? I'm a musician. I like lights. I like stages. I like the fact that the church buildings are painted black because it reflects lights better. And I really do believe that God can use the smoke machine and the lights to encourage people to have a greater encounter with Jesus. I do. I like that. I'm a musician. I like that. I really feel like people engage, especially the youth. If you want to reach the youth, invest in your stage. Louder the better. Right? And the more excellent. Put it on TikTok and Instagram, and those are the only two. And then you'll get the youth. Oh, and Snapchat. I know my lingo. Jokes. I like that. But at the same time, I also like the fact that God can encounter somebody in the brothel. Yeah. And I'm in this place where I don't see a difference between the limelight and the dirt. Because I am nothing. Yeah. I am nothing. If God wants me to speak to one person today, and that's the only person I minister to, I'm happy. I am satisfied. I am complete. Why? Because my reward is not my platform, my ministry, how many people see me, how many people I get to preach to. My platform is before the King and His love and affections towards me is all that I need. Because I am nothing. I'm nobody without Him. It's so easy to say with your words, but when you get given the opportunity and the situation, man, it is hard. Does this make any sense? And I am done, but let me check my notes because notes are glorious and they keep you accountable. I am done. So let's just pray. Oh, I'm not done.